Alia and welcome to today's international news. We'll be sharing important stories from around the world to keep you updated on global development. But first, here's a quick look at a key Islamic financial concept. In Islamic banking, murabaha is a cost plus sale where the seller discloses the item cost and adds a no profit. The murabaha purchase order, which is MPO, is mainly used for asset financing, especially for cars. Here, the customer identifies the asset and promises to buy it once the bank acquires it. The process begins when the customer applies for financing. Once approved, the bank appoints the customer as its agent to buy the asset. After the purchase, the bank becomes the legal owner. Then, the bank sells the asset to the customer through a murabaha contract, showing the cost and profit. The customer repays the bank over time. Usually, it's fixed installment. The Sharia-compliant method ensures transparency, avoid interest, and maintain proper ownership and risk transfer.
Thank you, Reporter Alia. Hi, I'm Reporter Zaida. In today's segment, we highlight a key Sharia-related issue within the Murabaha Purchase Order or MPO, which is financing structure. One of the main concerns is the use of the floating profit rate. In many cases, Islamic banks peg the profits to conventional benchmark like the base rate or the overnight policy rate. While this may seem practical, it is introduced uncertainty into the contract, specifically regarding the final sale price. This uncertainty goes against core Sharia principle, which is price certainty. In a true murabaha contract, the selling price must be fixed and agreed upon from the start. Floating rates, however, make the final amount unpredictable, which creates ambiguity and raises compliance concern. Let's move on to the next segment with Reporter Rosa.
Thank you, Reporter Zahida. The second issue is breach of promise. In many MPO cases, customer promise to buy the asset, but after the bank acquire it, they cancel the deal. This put the bank at financial risk and raises concern about trust and accountability in Islamic finance.
Hey you're the one that is responsible for the car contract, right?
I'm the car seller.
It's about the contract. It is stated in the contract that the car price was 70,000 ringgit, and now the price has changed. What is that?
Calm down, miss. Let me explain first. So the first thing is our rate are floating, so it's based on our economies.
So you're telling me I have to pay that 100,000 ringgit?
Yes, you need to pay the new price according to the rate right now.
So there's nothing that you can do about the price?
Nothing that I can do. What you need to do is you need to follow our Malaysia's rates right now.
Fine. Let's continue with the contract then.
Thank you for dealing with me and understand the current situation right now.
Now, according to the Maliki School, the price in sale contract must be fixed and clearly known at the time of agreement. In a murabaha contract, with a floating rate, the final amount can change due to fluctuating benchmark rate, creating gharar, which is not allowed in Islamic finance. For example, when a car is sold with a price based on next month's bank rate, the buyer doesn't know the exact price during the contract, making it invalid under Maliki principle.
Thank you, Reporter Alia. On the issue of floating rate in Islamic finance, Sheikh Dr. Muhammad Taqi Usmani takes a more flexible stance. He says floating rates are allowed as long as they are not linked to interest-based instrument and the deal is backed by real asset. For the example, in lease-to-own contracts like ijarah muntahiyah bil tamlik, where variable rental rates are allowed because they are based on asset use, not interest. However, he also warns that tying murabaha profit to benchmark like LIBOR and the base rate could go against the spirit of Sharia, even if it's technically allowed.
I'm really interested with this car. Oh. How much for this car?
In about 100,000?
Yes, I agree with you. I want this car.
Then let's go to sign the contract.
Okay, let's go.
You can sign it.
Alright. I'm done.
Okay, thank you. We will contact you in about 1 week.
Alright.
Thank you. Sis, hello.
your card is ready. You can come here and get your card. And also, don't forget to settle the balance payment.
Yes, sis? Oh, about that. I think I want to change my mind. So, I want to cancel the contract lah. Alright, bye. Thank you.
You cannot cancel the contract, Miss.
On the other hand, in the Hanbali school, a promise in financial dealing is considered morally binding, especially if it causes the other party to act. If a bank buys an asset based on customer promise and the customer later cancels, the bank may face a loss. According to Hanbali scholars, the bank is allowed to claim compensation, which is takwid, to cover that loss, as a way to uphold fairness and trust. For the example, a customer promised to buy a car, so the bank purchased it. Later, the customer backed out. The bank can then request compensation for the financial impact.
Thank you, reporter Dawisha. So according to Dr. Muhammad Daud Bakar, he supports the view that a customer promise is an MPO. Arrangement should not be legally enforceable if it leads the bank to incur actual costs. So this stance is also supported by Aufi and Bank Negara Malaysia. The main concern is to protect the bank from suffering unfair loss. For instance, if a customer asks the bank to purchase a car worth 70,000 ringgit, the customer should not be allowed to cancel the order without facing any consequence. Enforcing such as promise is in line with the objective of Maqasid Syariah, particularly the principle of preserving wealth.
In summary, the MPO structure is a Sharia-compliant method of financing that offers an alternative to interest-based loans. However, the use of floating rates in murabaha contradicts the principle of price uncertainty and introduces ambiguity. Additionally, customer breaches of promise expose Islamic financial institutions to losses. To resolve this issue, fixed or capped profit rate should be used to reduce uncertainty. Promise made by customers should be legally documented and binding, especially when the bank incurs costs. Strengthening transparency, accountability, and ethical education among customers will help Islamic banks uphold the principle of justice and trust in financial transactions. That will be all for today's international news. Signing off from today's news.